The movie begins in New York City in 1952. Marty, a young man in his early 20s, is working as a salesman in a small shoe store. While going about his routine, a female customer walks in looking for a pair of shoes that she accidentally left behind after buying a new pair. Marty offers to help her to search for them. As they are leaving the counter, Marty's uncle calls him and hands over a stack of freshly printed business cards with his name on it. He proudly announces that Marty has officially been promoted, making him the manager of the shoe shop. But instead of excitement, Marty shows disinterest and is reluctant to accept this promotion. He leaves, refusing to accept the promotion. Marty and the woman Rebecca slip away into the storage area of the store. They share a few intimate and romantic moments together, making out. Later, Marty goes to play a table tennis match. He has difficulty seeing the white ping pong ball clearly because his opponent is wearing white. Marty confronts his opponent and friend Wally, and a friendly argument starts. A woman suddenly interrupts the scene, saying that he has an urgent phone call from his mother. Marty answers the phone. She tells him she isn't feeling well and asks him to come visit her. Around the same time, Rebecca is on her way home when she notices Marty's mother, Judy, talking to him on the phone. Curious, Rebecca quietly listens in on their conversation through the phone line. Suddenly, her husband arrives, startling Rebecca. She quickly disconnects the phone and lies that she was trying to call Judy, but the line was busy. Later, Marty and his friend Dion pay a visit to Dion's father, who manufactures table tennis balls. They pitch him an idea to produce balls in different colors so players can see them more easily against different backgrounds and clothing. Marty confidently boasts that he has beaten many players who later went on to become world champions. He boldly commits that he plans to become the face of table tennis in America. Later, Marty returns to the shoe shop to collect his salary. One of his co-workers, Lloyd, tells him that his uncle has already left. But Marty needs cash to catch his flight to London for his game. He calls his mother to ask about his uncle, but she says he has left for the trip. Only she can call him if he comes back to the house. Marty angrily cuts the call. As Marty gets ready to leave the premises, he catches Lloyd trying to hide a stack of cash. Furious, Marty pulls out a gun and points it at him, demanding the $700 he owes as his salary. Lloyd isn't afraid when Marty reveals that his uncle made him manager. Despite he is one who works hard, it's not his money. He can tell the cop he robbed him. Lloyd reluctantly gives him the money. With the same money, Marty heads to London to take part in a major international table tennis competition, where top players from around the world have gathered. The tournament begins, and Marty quickly proves his talent. In the first round, he easily defeats his opponents and moves ahead without much difficulty. His winning streak continues, and soon he advances to the third round. During the competition, Marty notices a player from Japan named Kodo Endo. Endo is incredibly skilled and agile, dominating his matches with ease. He uses a unique paddle that gives him a distinct advantage. Marty keeps winning his own matches, frustrated with his living accommodation. He goes to the international table tennis officials to complain. He needs proper rest if he is expected to perform at his best. The officials, however, pay little attention to him and dismiss his concerns. The next day, while giving an interview, Marty suddenly notices a well-known actress, Kay Stone, standing nearby. The reporters immediately shift their attention to her. Marty is instantly drawn to her and can't stop staring. Later that night, Marty calls Kay from his hotel room. He introduces himself as a big admirer and asks her to look for his name in the newspaper. Boldly, he invites her to his room. Kay politely declines, saying she has to attend a promotional event for her husband's pen company, and then hangs up. Marty, however, refuses to give up. He calls her again and challenges her playfully. He tells her to look out the window at the apples displayed in the room across the street. If he can hit the apples with a table tennis ball, she must agree to meet him. He takes the shot and succeeds. The next day, Kay comes to the stadium to watch him play. Sitting in the audience, she sees Marty compete in the semi-final match against Bella Kletsky. Marty wins in 2 straight sets, showing off his talent and confidence. That evening, Marty goes out to dinner with Bella Kletsky after the match. During dinner, Bella tries to persuade Marty to join his team. He explains that they could travel the world together and compete as partners. But Marty isn't interested and politely declines the offer. While they are eating, Marty notices Kay Stone and her husband, Milton Rockwell. On impulse, Marty tells the waiter that he would like to pay for their bill. He then casually returns to his conversation with Bella, as if nothing happened. Milton notices this and walks over to Marty's table. Confused, he asks why he is offering to pay for their meal when they are complete strangers to each other. Marty quickly makes up an excuse, saying he just wanted to thank Milton for his excellent pens. Milton isn't completely convinced, but lets the matter go. From across the room, Kay quietly watches Marty with curiosity. As Milton is about to leave, he notices a serial number on Bella's forearm. Realizing that Bella was once held in a concentration camp, Milton asks him about it. Bella explains that he survived because of his talent as a table tennis player. Milton says his son died trying to liberate them. Marty, not fully grasping the seriousness of the moment, laughs awkwardly. Milton, offended by his reaction, asks Marty to stop talking and listen carefully to Bella's story. Bella shares his story. He was forced to defuse bombs outside the camp. One day, while working, he noticed a honeybee and followed it. He smoked away the bees and covered his body with honey. He let his fellow prisoners eat the honey from his body for nourishment. Later, Kay arrives at Marty's hotel suite. and the two of them spend the night together making love. The next day, the championship match begins. Endo immediately takes control of the game, showing his superior skill and technique. Marty struggles to read Endo's unusual serves and quickly falls behind, losing the first 5 points in a row. Completely unable to figure out Endo's strategy, Marty continues to lose ground as the match slips further out of his control. As the match continues, Marty slowly begins to adjust to Endo's playing style. But even after figuring out his technique, he struggles to keep up. Milton Rockwell arrives at the stadium to watch the match and seems visibly pleased to see Marty losing. Finally, the game reaches match point. The entire crowd watches in tense silence. Marty serves, but the pressure overwhelms him. He makes a final mistake and loses the match. Angry and humiliated, Marty immediately demands a rematch, but the officials refuse. The result is final. Endo returns to Japan as a national hero. He becomes a massive sensation for defeating the United States champion and quickly turns into the face of table tennis across Asia. With Tokyo set to host the next championship later that year, the Japanese fully expect Marty to return for a rematch. Some time later, Marty arrives in Paris after receiving a call from Milton Rockwell. Milton has a business proposal for him. He wants to promote his pen company in Asia by taking advantage of the growing table tennis craze. He offers Marty the chance to play a match against Endo before the championship even begins. However, there's a catch. Milton wants Marty to play well enough to entertain the crowd, but ultimately lose on purpose to please the Japanese audience and boost sales. Marty is outraged by the idea and refuses outright. He asks him if he really wants to impress Japanese for profit, since his son died fighting against them. Milton takes offense at him, and the meeting ends. With no better options, Marty continues traveling with Bella. Together, they perform trick shots and comedy routines during halftime shows at basketball games. Instead of being respected athletes, they become something of a joke, which deeply frustrates Marty. Feeling defeated and directionless, Marty eventually returns home. His mother, Judy, quickly notices how upset he looks. He gives her a small gift, a rock he secretly took from the pyramids during his travels. After chatting briefly, he heads off to take a shower. When he comes out, he is shocked to find a police officer waiting in the living room. The officer says he is there to arrest Marty for robbery, a charge filed by his own uncle. His uncle gives Marty an ultimatum. Either he comes back to the shoe shop and becomes the manager, or he goes to jail. Marty tries to argue and reason with him, but his uncle refuses to listen. He even opens Marty's luggage and takes all the money inside. Just as the officer prepares to take him away, Marty reluctantly agrees to his uncle's terms. He goes back to his room, defeated. His uncle hands some cash to the officer and thanks him. Marty escapes through the fire escape. The officer enters the room and sees him fleeing. He warns the officer downstairs, but Marty runs through the busy streets and manages to get away. While running, Iris spots him. Marty quickly hides in Rebecca's shop and calls his friend Wally for help. While waiting, he notices something surprising. Rebecca appears to be pregnant. Rebecca enters the room and confirms his suspicion. The baby is his, and she tried to reach him for a long time. Overwhelmed, she begins to cry. Marty moves closer to comfort her, but at that moment, Ira walks in and catches them together. A heated confrontation breaks out. Ira storms off to call the police. Marty quickly escapes through the back of the shop, hiding in a nearby trash bin. Police officers inquires a group of Asian men who don't speak English, so Marty manages to escape. Later, Marty meets Wally at a hotel and gets a room. The receptionist tells him they can't use the shower in the room.